Praise Yah. Here we go for part 2 of Messiah's birth. Emmanuel, Emmanuel, God with us, Emmanuel, God with us, revealed in us, his name is called Emmanuel. Emmanuel, Emmanuel, God with us, Emmanuel, God with us, revealed in us, Emmanuel. His name is called Emmanuel. There we go. That was an old song I thought of that I remember we sang that when I was about 18 years old and I went to Portugal, and we sang that song in Portuguese, and that song really came to my mind because last week, last Sabbath, we talked about the first part was that a virgin shall conceive. The announcement is made. A virgin shall conceive and bear a son and call his name Emmanuel, which being interpreted is El will dwell with us. El dwells with us, Matthew 1:22, or God with us. And if this is not a big sign of, we know the concept at the Feast of Tabernacles is him tabernacling with us. We know that the Word was made flesh and tabernacled with us, or dwelt with us. And we know that that's the whole goal of the book of Revelation with the New Jerusalem, that the New Jerusalem will come down and his dwelling will be with man forever. So in case we missed it, last Sabbath on part 1, we talked about his birth and Emmanuel, which is El with us, El dwelling with us in the flesh. That was part 1. And today we will be getting to part 2, which is going to be, let's see if I can change this here. Micah 5:2. Bear with me. And yes, Shabbat Shalom to everybody who's coming on. So first of all, we had the sign and the announcement that a virgin will conceive. And now we will see in part 2, Bethlehem Ephratah, though you are little among the thousands of Judea, yet out of thee shall he come forth unto me, he that is to be ruler in Israel. Micah 5:2. So we're going to see little town of Bethlehem bring forth the Messiah, just as was foretold in the scriptures. O little town of Bethlehem, how still we see thee rise. above thy deep and dreamless sleep. A silent star goes by. I think that's the words. I don't know. You know, you get a little distant when you stop doing Christmas, but I guess those Christmas songs always do kind of stick with you, but they should be Feast of Tabernacles songs. So today we will be getting to, as we saw, it would be a sign, an oat sign, a virgin conceiving, and we're going to go over the heavenly signs. As Genesis 1:14 says, and Elohim said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, oats, odiot, and moedim, appointed feasts or seasons, and for days and years. And so also, on top of that, we see Psalm 19 tells us, if I can find it, the heavens declare the glory of El, and the firmament shows his handiwork. Day unto day utters speech, and night unto night shows knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line or their sound is gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them he has set a tabernacle for the sun. And so we see how the voice of the heavens and the stars and the signs in heaven, it declares the gospel story to the whole world. And on top of that, Micah 5:2, where it says, in my background here, you Bethlehem Ephratah, though you be little among the thousands of Yahudah, yet out of you shall he come forth unto me that is to be ruler of Yasharel, whose goings forth have been from of old, from everlasting. Therefore will he give them up until the time that she which travails has brought forth. She which travails has brought forth. And we know that there is Virgo, the virgin, Bethula in Hebrew, that constellation up in the sky, and it has been known for time immemorial that some kind of virgin travailing in pains and giving birth would take place. So we're going to be going over that today. And I also want to highlight, before we get to our chronological Gospels, Life and 70-Week Ministry of Messiah with Michael Rood, which is what we'll be going through, I wanted to highlight and just remind us of Jubilees 16, what it tells us about the Feast of Tabernacles, that it is not only a end times or the return of Messiah, but it is also a birthing feast. It is a feast about a seed dwelling amongst us, a birthing celebration, a birth celebration. So Jubilees 16:16 says, and we returned in the 7th month and found Sarah with child before us, and we blessed him, and we announced to him all the things which had been decreed concerning him, that he should not die till he should beget 6 more sons, and should see them before he died. But in Yitzhak should his name and seed be called. And then it says, from the sons of Yitzhak, one should become a holy seed and should not be reckoned among the other nations. And then it says, skipping down to verse 21, and he built Sukkot for himself